I was thinking about the best topic for the first show of the year, and I realized that I have never given you my top 10 tips for lasting weight loss. So, those are the tips I'm giving you in 2026, and I can't wait. Welcome, everybody, to Confessions of a Binge Eater. I'm so excited to give you my top 10 tips for lasting weight loss in 2026. And they will be just as good for 2027 and 2028, just as they were for 2010. So I've been on this healing journey of healing my emotional relationship with food for decades now. And I'm very blessed to have the most amazing clients who are on this journey with me. And if you're listening to this at the beginning of a new year, or honestly at any point, you may be thinking, this is the year I finally lose weight for good. And I want to just start today by saying this with so much love. If weight loss were about food alone, you would have already gotten to your goal. Most women I work with are incredibly smart, motivated, and disciplined. They know what to eat, they know what not to eat, and yet they find themselves stuck in the same cycle, overeating, binging, starting over, feeling frustrated, ashamed, exhausted. And that's because weight loss is not about the food. It's about what we turn to food for. So if you're stuck in the trap of yo-yo dieting and trying to find the right diet, the right hacks, just put all that aside. Because in today's episode, I'm sharing my tips for lasting weight loss in 2026. And every single one of them is a way to look beyond the food and finally address the real issues. So these are not diet rules, all right? These are life shifts. And if you're willing to approach weight loss differently this year with more depth, these tips can change everything for you. Okay, so I want to just let you know that this is a reframe. I want you to walk away from every bit of dieting dogma you've been a part of. And if you've ever been to any of my events, you know about the I forgive myself exercise. We go through a beautiful exercise of forgiving ourselves for all the abuse we put our bodies through. And this is really important because so often we don't reach out for help because we think, oh, it's going to be another diet, another exercise plan, another thing that I can't do. And I've been unsuccessful at for so long. And I'm just here to say, you're unsuccessful because you're focused on the food and the weight. And when you shift your focus, everything can change. So let's focus on the real things. Here are my top 10 tips. Tip number 1, deal with your emotions instead of stuffing them with food. Emotional eating is just that. We stuff our emotions with food. So emotional eating is a coping strategy. It's not a character flaw. As binge eaters, we use food to feel safe. We use food when we don't know how to express our needs. We use food when we just can't bear to be with feelings that feel unbearable. And so healing begins when we start to feel. And my clients know I often say feel, deal, and heal. So healing begins when you allow feelings instead of stuffing them down, instead of turning to food. And most of the time, we don't know we're eating for that reason. So we have to allow the feelings instead of stuffing the feelings. We have to learn that the emotions pass when they're acknowledged. Too often we think, oh, if I were to stop and feel this instead of stuffing it, it would overcome me. Like I would drown in these feelings. But just the opposite is actually true. When you stop to feel, it passes so quickly. When you stuff it down, you're stuck with it. You may not be consciously aware of it, but it's inside of you doing damage. So really important that you shift away from looking for the next diet to go on and look for support to deal with your emotions, the emotions that drive your eating. So the reframe is you don't eat because you're weak, you eat because you're afraid to feel. So let's start supporting each other and feeling. Tip number 2, address your stress. Why? Because stress drives stress eating. And often we think of it as, I just want chocolate, not I'm stressed and I need something to calm me down. But that's really what we're doing. So we got to face our stress. If you try to fix your food problem without fixing your stress problem, good luck. Good luck with that. Because when we're stressed, we will stress eat. And even if you don't stress eat, your stress is hurting you, causing hypertension, causing all kinds of health and gut issues. And the bottom line is it's changing your cells, and your cells are holding on to fat and storing fat when you're stressed. Chronic stress keeps the body in survival mode. Stress hormones increase cravings, they lower the impulse control, and they make your need for food feel all the more urgent, like I need it now. So if you want to back that down, you're going to have to make changes in your level of stress. And guess what? For emotional eaters, most of our stress is self-created. We're high achieving, we're perfectionistic, we overcommit, right? I got your number, girl. We overcommit, we're always on, and we're maxed out. We're burning the candle at both ends. And then we're falling onto the couch late at night with our favorite foods, zoning out in front of the TV, and you're gaining weight, or you're certainly not losing weight. So lasting weight loss requires nervous system regulation. And honestly, you've got to clear your schedule of things that you really shouldn't be doing, things that other people could do for themselves, right? This is a moment of truth here. A lot of what you're doing, somebody else could do. Stop being a sucker and saying yes to everything. Instead, say, my plate is full, I need to decline. Yes, you can do it. And you might need support to do that. So much of the time in my programs, we're supporting each other and setting boundaries on our time, because it is harder than you think, especially if you're like a chronic people pleaser. All right, tip number 3, create a non-negotiable morning routine. If you're popping out of bed on that stress train, checking email, listening to voice messages, running to get food for the family, you're not taking care of yourself, and you're already starting the day at a deficit. And so I say, put money in your spiritual bank account. Start your day with breathing, meditating, chanting, reading spiritual literature, praying. These are all things that can help you fill your cup and let other people get the overflow of a full cup. Instead, when you're running around and you haven't filled your cup, your spiritual bank account is in the red, and you're using chocolate and coffee to fill you up. All right? So we need grounding. We need God. We need to make a connection with our higher power instead of living on stress. And this is a choice. I know we all have stress. That's unavoidable. How we deal with that stress is our choice. Okay? So a morning routine will help you start the day feeling grounded and connected. You'll be in the black, right? You'll have filled with spiritual food, so you have more energy throughout the day that isn't coming from a donut. All right? And it also will help you feel safe in your life. Like when you connect with spirit, when you have gotten grounded in the truth of who you are as a child of God, you can operate from that beautiful place instead of from scarcity of I'm not enough, I need to do more to prove my worth. Are you picking up what I'm laying down here? I hope so. So you're either well-resourced or you're running in the red and filling up with food. Okay, tip number 4, stop eating sugar so the cycle of sugar binging can finally break. I know it's bad news. I know you're addicted to sugar. Sugar and carbs is mostly what emotional eaters emotionally eat on. All right, I was a sugar addict, and when I ate sugar, sugar was all I wanted to eat. Sugar is highly addictive. So if you expect to have lasting weight loss, you have to stop eating the number one most toxic food you can eat, which is sugar. It has zero health benefits and complete toxicity for your body. I know it tastes good. I love sugar too. Yet it destroys my body. It like gives me wrinkles. It makes me tired. It gives me sugar crashes. And it makes me a crazy person around food. Okay, so sugar will fuel cravings. It'll make you obsessed. And it'll make you more emotionally volatile and reactionary. Now, I understand you can't just stop eating sugar. Attend one of my sugar resets, okay? Get support to change your relationship with sugar, to reset and get a break. Really important. If you're not on my mailing list, really important that you go to my website and join the mailing list. Make sure you get support to end your relationship with sugar. It's an addictive relationship. You're probably not going to quit sugar on your own. And I understand that the idea of quitting sugar is so terrifying that you don't even want to deal with it. But just know when you have a replacement for the sugar, meaning emotional support, in place of the support you think sugar is giving you, which, that is questionable, because what it's really doing is making you feel unsupported because you're turning into a crazy person and pushing everybody away and feeling fat and hating yourself, which is not great energy for other people to be around. When you get proper support, it is possible to back down your sugar intake. That's all I'm going to say on that. So it's not about deprivation. It's about really giving yourself the proper support so sugar is no longer it, because sugar will backfire. Have you noticed? You'll feel like it's there for you, and then you'll feel like it's kicking your ass. So really important to know that you deserve to feel good around food. You're not giving something up. You're giving yourself peace. Tip number 5, fall in love with salads. I never talk about this, but I'm a salad girl. I love salads. Why? Because they're so good. And you can enjoy many delicious things on your salad without the weight of carbs and calories that come with bread. So I basically eat a big salad instead of a sandwich, and I get to eat more because of it. So this is basically shifting from a carb-heavy meal to a very light meal, but one that is satisfying. You can have good fats. You can have slow metabolizing carbs. I literally just ate a salad today that had some butternut squash, as well as some goat cheese and some pomegranate seeds and yummy lettuce and a delicious dressing. So you can make so many yummy salads and you can get creative ideas from the internet. But when you transition from having to have a sandwich and instead have a salad, you'll get to eat more, you'll have more variety, you'll get more nutrients, and you'll feel more satisfied. So try it. It's so good. And guess what? When you build a proper salad, the salad will stabilize your blood sugar, it'll reduce cravings, it'll increase satisfaction, and it'll support your energy. And when you're making a salad, you're putting love into the salad. You're cutting vegetables. You're preparing it. You're making it beautiful with amazing color. It's just a whole cacophony of yummy things that make you feel loved and supported. And you're doing that for yourself, which is so, so important. So salads are nourishment, and making a salad is an act of self-care. Okay, these are my first 5 tips of 10 tips for weight loss that lasts in 2026. And I don't want to go on too long, so I'm going to give you the next 5 in the next episode. I'll see you in the next show. If you're ready to get off the dieting roller coaster ride and finally make peace with food and with your body, talk to a Heal Your Hunger mentor about what steps you need to take based on your own history with food and weight. Go to healyourhunger.com and register for an emotional eating breakthrough session and see how fast you can experience real change. It's a complimentary evaluation, but there are limited spots available. So go to healyourhunger.com and register to speak with a mentor today.